A-Sun ACC softball coming at you live from the Sunshine State on the ACC Network. We're here at Joanne Graff Field, the Seminole softball complex, looking pristine as ever as North Florida takes on the 10th-ranked Seminoles of Florida State on the strength of 17 consecutive wins. Each team picked preseason to win their respective league. So yeah, while these two teams are only about 2 hours away from each other on the road, they share similar postseason aspirations. With that, we say hello and welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Sean Davison, alongside my FSU infielder Brandon Reichert. And Brandon, let's start right there. You see a lot of these in-state matchups during the softball season, but rarely do you see an in-state matchup between a Power 4 and an outside of the Power 4 school that each have really high hopes and expectations like this.
Absolutely. UNF is off to a hot start this year. So are the Seminoles. You got 53 wins between both these teams already this season, and both teams are knocking the cover off the ball. The offense has been insane for these two teams.
Well, you mentioned offense. For Florida State specifically, they carry a lot of it early on in ACC play, and Isa Torres has done an incredible job at the top of the order.
Oh, you're looking at one of the hottest hitters in the country. Her Friday was immaculate, a single, a double, and a triple, 3 for 3, and a record-setting day for Isa Torres.
Record-setting indeed. At that point, 14 consecutive hits, which was a standalone D1 record. She extended it to 16, 23 consecutive plate appearances when you work in the walks as well. Shelby McKenzie, though, she's the reigning ACC Player of the Week. She went 6 for 7 against the Golden Bears, 7 driven in, 2 round trippers. Marin Heller had her first home run, and the freshman just balled out entirely.
I mean, this Florida State lineup is hotter than it can be right now. You got Torres at the top of the lineup, McKenzie batting third, fourth, Heller towards the bottom of the lineup. There's just nowhere to hide with this Florida State lineup right now, and UNF pitching's got their work cut out for them.
And they're going to try to match Jazzy Francic strike for strike. Francic, the super sophomore, 1.83 the ERA, 28 walks to 57 strikeouts, just south of 70 combined innings of work. She's ready to go, and so are we in Florida's capital city. Hallie Langford drops down the bunt, and Haley Griggs charges into the infield to put her away. Marin Heller covering the bag for the 3-4 putout.
I got to say, I like the attempt right here by Hallie Langford just to start things off, get on base. She's a speed demon. And I'll tell you what, 5 hits in her last couple games. She is on fire. But Florida State's defense makes the easy play right there.
1 up, 1 down, 1 pitch. In steps Grace Shaw, the sophomore out of Bradenton, laying off of ball 1. Go back to last year for Grace. She was on the second team all-conference, was also on the all-freshman team in the A-Sun. This year batting .373 through the non-conference in the first couple of weeks. Excuse me, .292, .373 is the on-base percentage. As we take a look at the scouting report for Francic.
And you see Jazzy Francic, mid-60s, really tight spin, does a great job of controlling. She's got a way about her pitches that just seem unhittable. I think the way that she moves in that circle, the ball comes out of her hand a little late. It's just tough to pick up for these hitters. That's what makes her so effective.
Quickly 3-0 the count to Shaw, who bats second. Bella Semino, the premier power threat with 7 homers. She'll be in the on-deck circle. Allen, Davila, Keefe, all waiting in the wings. Vogel, Bruneman, and McQuillan will round things out 7 through 9. And I mentioned those 7 home runs. That's team leading figure for Bella Semino, the transfer in from Florida Atlantic. A number of transfers for this North Florida Ospreys roster. And that'll be a walk to Grace Shaw.
That's one of those tough scenarios right there for Jazzy Francic. You don't want to walk anybody, but in this UNF lineup, they are speed demons. Already 82 stolen bases on the season, and Grace Shaw 5 for 6 in that category. But with Bella Semino up 35 RBIs already.
Off the end of the bat and over the glove of Francic, Heller will hang on to the ball. Semino is stationed at first, multiple runners aboard. for the Ospreys.
And this ball just off the handle and takes a weird hop over Francep's glove. I think they were thinking 2 right there, but with a bad hop, you find Heller just slightly out of position, and tough play to make.
Certainly Cimino plenty capable of making more solid contact than that, but it was effective enough. And in steps Aiden Allen.
Aiden Allen also no stranger to some power numbers. 7 doubles already, 2 homers, 24 RBIs on the season, and only 1 out here in the first, and a couple opportunities for some more RBIs.
Senior from Prosper, Texas, on the ground to second, and Florida State this time turns 2 off the 4-6-3 action. The ACC leader in double plays turns 1 in the first. We'll see their bats next. Well, with the war chant emanating from the party deck, in steps Issa Torres to lead the Noles off, followed up by Beecham, the ACC Player of the Week. Shelby McKenzie, who went 6 for 7 against Cal, 2 home runs, 7 RBI, 4 runs scored. Danley goes 2 ways. Ruggiero bats 5th. Hind, Sturgis, Heller, Griggs. True freshmen, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th for Team 43.
Pretty incredible to have the bottom of your lineup anchored by 4 freshmen. That's incredible.
And then when you throw in Bella Ruggiero, who herself is a redshirt freshman, batting 5th, you've got 3 juniors sandwiching 1 sophomore at the top, and then everybody else in some form or another has a freshman tag in the batting 9. An opening strike to Issa Torres. And the second offering out wide from Caden Camper, who gets the start today for North Florida. We spoke with her head coach, Jeff Conrad, right before the game, and there was some question as to who it was going to be. He had rationale to go either way, go with your most experienced arm or go with a player that you think has a lot of upside who would benefit from being in this spot on the road. And it's the youngster who hasn't had a whole lot of play, but will have a huge role here today.
Absolutely, and Camper's great. She's really good at the off speed, as you've seen so far against Issa Torres. She's good at pitching backwards. She will throw off speed early and work that rise ball in later in the counts as she gets ahead. Really good at locating.
And Issa Torres is really good at that. This is the 3rd time in the last couple of weeks that Torres has let the Noles offensive efforts off with a homer.
I mean, I wasn't joking when I said the hottest hitter in the country right now. She is finding ways to make quality contact off this barrel. This ball up, and she just stays palm up, palm down, keeps the barrel above the ball and stays through it, and absolutely launches this ball to right center field. Huge leadoff home run for Issa Torres.
The FSU faithful showing Issa Torres some love as Jason E. Beecham steps in.
I love that Beecham stepped out to give Issa Torres a chance to give her curtain call. Give her a little tip of the cap to the FSU faithful.
And ball 1 to Beecham, who has done so many things really well this season. And in a world in which you've got Issa Torres doing historic things at the top of the order, some might to some degree lose track of how special Jason E. Beecham has been, the junior from right here in Tallahassee. But her numbers are rock solid. That OPS is near what it was when she was the freshman of the year in D1 softball a couple of years ago. She's been driving in runs by the handful, Brandon, and she works a ton of walks.
Well, she has been so good, and like you said, her walk total already almost the same as it was last year, already quickly in this game. I think what makes Issa Torres so special is having a Jason E. Beecham bat behind you, protecting you. You have to throw Issa Torres strikes because Beecham is such a threat.
Well, doesn't barrel that up there, softly off to the right side. And that'll be one away for Florida State. Allen was able to step on the bag ahead of Beecham.
Now batting number 9, Shelby McKenzie.
And that'll bring up Shelby McKenzie, the sophomore out of Pace, Florida. Ball 1 to her. Consecutive batters started off with balls. This time Camper doesn't start a Florida State batter off with the off speed. Came in at 66 to Shelby McKenzie.
Yeah, you'll see Camper pump it up to about 65 or 66. That's you know, she's not a velocity pitcher, does a really good job again of changing speeds. Coach said this is a 3-speed pitcher. And so far I feel like we've seen all of them.
Oh, and she does a really nice job of working away. Backdoor action to McKenzie. 1-2 the count to Shelby, who last year as a freshman for Florida State batted .371 and batted .400 in the April-May stretch of the season. So really caught fire when you need to the most. And she doesn't barrel that up very well. So credit Camper for really mixing those speeds and not really giving up anything tremendous aside from the home run to Torres.
Well, I was going to say she's done a good job of missing barrels on Beecham and McKenzie, who are two really, really hot hitters right now. Issa Torres, you just tip your cap and say, hey, you try to keep it in the ballpark if you can, oh well, but she's done really, really good to the 2-3 hole hitters.
And Ashton Danley, Florida State's two-way junior, jumps on the first pitch she sees and lines it to right.
I got to tell you, I'm loving the way Danley's swinging the bat this year. She has been on fire. It seems like everything she hits is an absolute rocket off the bat. She has done so good. Even her outs seem to be loud outs. She's doing a great job of barreling balls up.
35 hits in her career prior to this season. That was her 33rd of this season alone.
Yeah, she's doing something special this year. If you pair that with how she's been pitching, it's been pretty outstanding to watch.
And she plays the outfield for Florida State. Want to know the count meanwhile to Bella Ruggiero, Florida State, who passed the bat impeccably well against Cal, has already sent 5 to the plate here.
Yeah, a couple really well hit balls, and then a couple balls off the end of the bat. So tip your cap to Camper, who's done very, very good at changing speeds and keeping the Seminoles off balance.
Ruggiero hasn't seen anything to pull the trigger at yet. 3 balls, no strikes, well in the driver's seat for Florida State's redshirt freshman.
This is a scenario where the hitter has to be looking for a pitch she can drive. Good
changeup.
Whoa. Good off speed right there. A lot of faith in that off speed pitch to go with it. 3-0. I like that.
2/3 of Ruggiero's hits this season have come in this month. So she, like Torres, has been red hot in the month of March. And that's inside. She'll lay off and work the walk.
I'll tell you what, the Seminole hitters are making it so tough on the pitching staffs of the teams they're playing. They do a great job of drawing walks. They do a great job of putting themselves in hitters' counts. And then they do an even better job of taking advantage of those hitters' counts. You've seen it here today. Isa Torres puts herself in a hitter's count, absolutely launches the ball to lead off the game. Ashton Danley jumps all over the first pitch of the at-bat, which I think is one of my favorite pitches to hit as a hitter. And then you see right there, Bella Ruggiero just having an outstanding at-bat, not swinging at anything, not chasing, and just doing a good job of passing that bat to the next hitter. Oh, yeah, that's Anna Hind, who been pretty good herself.
9 balls, 8 strikes, the split for Camper so far. And all that having been said, and yes, the Torres homer notable for sure at the top. You can find a way to retire Hind. You minimize the damage, you strand a couple knolls, maybe you can flip a little momentum. It's going to be a tough task, to your point, against Anna Hind, and the first offering is up and away.
I'll tell you, I feel like Anna Hind just has better at-bats with runners on base. She is so good, especially with runners in scoring position. There is a huge gap up the middle with the infielders playing pull and away. So if she does get a ball, she can drive up the middle. It's going to be a great opportunity to drive in a run.
1-1 the count to the freshman out of Charlotte. Different publications had Hind pegged as the preseason favorite to perhaps be the ACC Freshman of the Year. And, you know, I don't think you can call it yet, and I think really a lot of the chief competition is in her own clubhouse.
I would say in her own lineup. I mean, can you have co-freshmen of the year? I mean,
we might find out this year.
It's been, you know, this Florida State lineup's insane, but the young talent in that dugout has got to be tops in the country.
Well, Anna Hind has worked herself into the driver's seat 3-1, and that is inside. Ducks on the pond for Florida State.
Well, that's going to bring up yet another freshman who is having an insane year. You can see the excitement from Kennedy Hart. McKenna Sturgis. I'll tell you what, this is an athletic young lady right here.
Boy, a called strike inside. The crowd didn't like it. Sturgis will step out and reset. There's the numbers for her. OPS north of 1,000, batting average near 400. One of the leading batters all season long for Florida State, consistently, to your point.
Yeah, she's just been solid as a rock. And you know what? She seems to thrive against the best competition. You know, she's played some really good games against some top 10 teams and had, you know, some really good days, like, you know, putting up 2-3 hits against Alabama.
And got a hold of that ball, but lines it foul. 1-2 the count to Sturgis. And folks, if you're not familiar with this young lady's game, we'll take another look at this real quick.
This ball absolutely scorched down the line. Right at the band, right at the Golden Chiefs over there.
But if you're not familiar with this young lady's game, she puts a lot of balls in play, doesn't walk a lot, has only struck out once, and to no surprise, 1-2 fouls it away to stay in the battle.
Well, I mean, and that's a tough pitch. You go from 66, which you absolutely pull down the line and crush, to a 50-mile-an-hour changeup. That's, I mean, that pitch looks like it's going to be in the zone forever, then drops out. She does a great job of waiting, just throwing the hands at it, spoiling a great pitch by Camper.
Pitch count now up to 25 for Caden Camper. And that's above the zone.
Another changeup right there. Get a good job of changing the eye level. If you saw that, the changeup before drops out of the bottom of the zone. That one she tried to drop into the top of the zone and freeze McKenna Sturgis.
Elevates this toward right field, and credit Camper. Bases were loaded, and that is exactly the way the Noles will leave them. But my goodness, FSU puts the exclamation point on the board early.
Dude, Issa Torres absolutely launches this ball to right center just to lead off the game and set the tone for the Seminoles. We're 1-0 here in Tallahassee.
Jeff Conrad in year number 4 in Jacksonville, the reigning ASUN Coach of the Year. Joined the Osprey coaching staff in 2015 as an assistant, assumed the head coaching role several years ago, and led North Florida to an ASUN title and to the NCAA tournament for the first time in program history. A season ago, the Ospreys, the preseason pick here in 2026, to perhaps go back-to-back. And one thing that they got going for them, Brandon, A, they've got a lot of talent in that roster, but B, they're also going to host the ASUN tournament.
Right. Well, they've earned it. I'll tell you what, their presence last year in the ASUN or in the NCAA in general was spectacular. 22-2 in conference last year, a 47-win season, and I'll tell you what, they put the screws to South Carolina in the regional championship last year. So not just a threat to make it back to the NCAA tournament, but to be a presence in that tournament, maybe get to where they can host a super regional one day. They're doing some special things at UNF right now.
Hannah Davila leads things off behind the count 1-2 to Francic. No call on the outside corner, 70 on the gun. To your point, North Florida didn't just go to a regional as a low seed and then go 0-2, and that was it. They knocked off UVA, who spent time in the top 25. Then they got to the winner's bracket game, and against a top 8 seed South Carolina in Columbia, North Florida was tied 0-0 in the 6th inning before ultimately losing that winner's bracket game 3-1 to the Gamecocks. Just didn't have the depth that they needed to continue to put together the at-bats that they needed to in that affair. So then they go down to the loser's bracket, walk off Virginia to get to the regional final, where ultimately South Carolina found their way at home. But, you know, that was the kind of run that the Ospreys made, and that's why so many folks aren't just high on them to win the ASUN, but to be one of the best mid-major schools in the country this year.
Well, I'll tell you, Jeff Conrad did a great job of going in the portal and grabbing a few players to build that depth like you were talking about. He added a lot of speed to this lineup, and you know I think last year they were great hitting great power, had the numbers, but they added speed this year amongst other things, and I think that might be the trick they need. We're going to get a chance to see some speed here. So it looks like an extra base hit by Davila.
And she'll pull up at second with the leadoff double. You mentioned the speed. It's almost like you were reading my mind. I was about to say about the exit velo off the bat of Davila there into right field. We'll take another look.
Yeah, this ball absolutely rocketed down the line. Give Davila credit, man. What a battle she just had in that at bat. And I'll tell you what, for Jazzy Francis, outs are not going to come easy in this North Florida lineup. Their top to bottom is better this year than it was last year. And again, they were a 47 win team last year.
Yeah, set a program record with those 47 wins. In fact, as Addie Keefe, the JUCO transfer, takes strike one.
Well, we talk, great hitters in the lineup. Addie Keefe leading this team in hits at the moment. 402 batting average, 0 homers so far, but has the ability to find her way on the base just as good as anybody.
Pops the bunt up, though, and Jason E. Beecham flashes the leather for one out on the board here in the top of the second.
You see this. This is a huge mistake by Keefe and an absolute win for the Seminoles. Beecham charging all the way. Great. She has played such good defense this year. She's been so much fun to watch. But the Noles taking advantage of a rare mistake by Keefe.
Elsie Vogel steps in, fouls away the first offering from Francis.
Now, I understand that the goal there is to get that ball down and get your runner to third base with only one out, give them a real good chance to score. But that's kind of it's an out that a coach hates, I'll tell you that. You got to get that ball on the ground. Anywhere on the ground gets that runner to third base.
Yeah, nothing good ever happens when you pop on the bunt.
Nothing.
Ball and a strike here to Vogel. Still an opportunity for the Ospreys. Torres looks off the lead runner Davila at second and fires a dart to first, 2 away.
And you hit a ball to that young lady right there who's having one of the best years in college softball history, I'd say. You're probably not going to do much good. She has been as good defensively as she has been offensively. And you see right there, it makes a routine play look even more routine. Does a great job of looking the runner back, making sure she doesn't advance. And now all of a sudden, that leadoff double, in jeopardy of not meaning much.
Addison Bruneman steps in, the junior out of Bradenton. And it is Bruneman who gets the call in the backstop today for North Florida. Pretty consistently over the last couple of weeks, it's been Caden Oliva, the sophomore out of Ponte Vedra, who is one of several transfers out of Troy, who has been getting the start in the backstop. But Bruneman has made a few starts there herself.
Home plate umpire Donald Maddox getting an earful from the Florida State faithful right there.
Yeah, Maddox calls the balls and strikes, joined by Stan Cook and Kirk Flewitter at first and third, manning the corners. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bruneman. The catcher batting 8th in the order. Frantic yet to record a strikeout to this point. She won't have to wait any longer. The crowd gets what they are looking for. The first K in the count for Jazzy Francis, and the Noles maintain their 1-run lead heading to the bottom. Well, Florida State's offense has been something to behold, and it was red hot over the weekend.
I'll tell you what, 5 home runs. You're looking at some absolute power numbers in their ACC weekend against Cal. You see some big hits right here. None better than on Sunday when you got 2 freshmen. Anna Hine launching this ball down the line. Huge home run right there just to put the Noles on top. And then Maren Heller, her first career home run as a Seminole. She's been waiting a long time for that one. You see her teammates giving her a hug. They know. I'll tell you what, Maren Heller's been nothing but, legit for this Seminole lineup. 11 doubles, 3 triples, and then finally getting her first home run. And that's who we're going to get to see right here.
Well, on the weekend, Florida State, 29 hits, batted .468 as a team. 5 homers, you saw 4 of them. McKenzie actually had 2 on Friday. They walked 13 times, outscored Cal 30-3, and Brandon, perhaps the most impressive number on there. Florida State as a team did not strike out once in the weekend set.
That is a coach's dream right there. If you can put the ball in play, you can win ball games, and that is what you saw the Seminoles do. They got on, they got over, they hit for power, they knocked runners in. It was just an impressive weekend all around, but 0 strikeouts. Sean, when's the last time that happened?
Well, it's a funny thing you asked that, because when I went back and looked through their game by game and saw that they didn't have a single strikeout, that was the exact question I posed Florida State's SID, Tim Hoffman, and he went through game by game Florida State's history over the last number of seasons, and he can only go back as far as 2012, but even going back that far, it hasn't happened until last weekend.
That's incredible.
So just some context for you about exactly where Florida State's offense has been tracking. And we'll see if it carries over today. FSU able to score 1 in the first, but left the bases loaded. It'll be Heller who bats 8th, leading things off. FSU will go 8-9-1. She'll be followed up by Griggs. And then Issa Torres. Heller down the line. Beats the throw.
This is why Florida State is so good. Heller was down in that count very quickly, 1-2, fights, battles through right there, and gets a hustle single. Infield single all the same, but man, if you're battling through, like I think the pitcher thought, man, I got this one out. I'm gonna get an out right here. No. Maren Heller made it impossibly hard and hustles to a single. So from what looked like a potential strikeout for the pitcher, now you got a runner on first, nobody out.
Want to know the count here to Haley Griggs. And Griggs, who has been starting to find her footing again offensively for Florida State. She got off to a red-hot start, then went through a hitless streak for a few weeks. But now the batting average is back up to 240. Let's take another look.
What a hustle. I love seeing hustle down the line. I love seeing hustle doubles. Maren Heller is nothing if not a hustler. I will tell you what, she is also a stolen base threat, leading the Seminoles with 11 so far this season.
And she doesn't need a whole lot of daylight to take off and take the extra 60. Griggs, the freshman out of Perrysburg, Ohio. I mentioned the batting average up to 243. Couple of home runs. One was an absolute moonshot that might have ricocheted off the light pole in left center. 14 driven in, all told for Haley. Off goes Heller. Florida State tried to start the hit and run, but this is popped out to right, and Maren will retreat back to first.
Haley Griggs just misses launching another ball into the moon. You see the sun not playing favorites out there in right field, but I'll tell you what, it's now you got Issa Torres up.
Homered in her first inning.
Oh,
this
man.
time she drops down a beauty of a bunt, and
Nobody's
the throw gets
covering.
into right field. Ladies and gentlemen, look what Isa Torres can do. 2-0 Noles.
I mean, when you can launch a ball 240 feet for your first at bat, what that does is pushes the defense back. Perfectly laid down bunt for a hit right here. Isa Torres, obviously your leadoff hitter, speedy. Pitcher picks it up, throws the ball without looking, and the second baseman just wasn't there in time. I think the second baseman maybe slowed down because Isa Torres had beat her there. Chaos, just creating chaos.
Incredible. It'll be a bunt single for Torres. Marin Heller is going to score from first. You're not going to tack on an RBI for that because there was an E1 that you referenced on the pitcher camper in the middle of that. But Torres, who is stationed at third, will take it regardless.
And now Isa Torres already 2 for 2 today here in the second inning. And that's another multi-hit game for Isa Torres, her 18th on the season. And she missed, Sean, 8 games. She has missed 8 games. She was out with an injury she sustained against Alabama and has just been on a tear since then.
Yeah, concussion in game 1, 7th inning against Alabama. A base runner collided with her when she was trying to make a play on a ball up the middle. And from that point, you mentioned the 8-game hiatus, itching to get back in the lineup. And boy, what has she done since?
Well, here in her 12th game back, she's got 32 hits since being back. 32. We talked a little bit about the 16 in a row. That's only half the hits that she's had since she's been back in the lineup.
And for Camper,
you know, if I'm the catcher, I'm discussing right here. I got Jason E. Beecham up right here. You're down 3-1. You got an open first base. What do? You just go ahead and walk her?
Well, ahead 3-1. It might end up that way regardless if you try to walk her.
Well, I mean, you know, do you walk her and risk going up and trying to face Shelby McKenzie? There's really not a free out in this lineup you're not going to have to work hard for.
Well, Beecham will walk. It'll be her 30th walk this year. And Brandon, you mentioned how she's approaching her walk total from a year ago. She's now equaled it. 30 in 2025, already 30 in 2026.
Right, just her 33rd game. She has been so good. Well, and we talked about the walk total. How about the strikeout total, Sean? Only 4 on the season. She's got to be up there with one of the best walk-to-strikeout ratios in the country.
And now she's stationed at first ahead of Shelby McKenzie. Beecham on the run to second. Will take second, no problem.
Taking her 4th stolen base of the season. Putting herself in scoring position. Opening up first base for McKenzie now. I'll tell you what, this has got to put Camper in a tough position.
Not a bad idea, going the other way into the big part of the ballpark. That's where all the best hitters live. And Shelby McKenzie has looked the part here, especially over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, great hitters go line to line. Shelby McKenzie doing a great job there, spoiling that outside rise ball and taking it the other way, showing her I can get the barrel to that.
2-1 lays off upstairs. And you said it, Brandon. You know, you feel like for Camper, you just don't have anywhere to hide against a lineup like this.
It's tough. It's tough, you know. When you have Isa Torres who can hit it out of the park and lay down the bunt.
Didn't make a whole lot of contact there, but even though she didn't barrel it up completely, she still pokes it out there plenty far enough to play Torres.
And that's just good old-fashioned softball right there. You know, you got a runner on third base, less than 2 outs. Your goal is to drive the ball to the outfield. And Shelby McKenzie does a phenomenal job right there of getting the ball she can drive far enough to tag in that run she'll go down as a sac fly and an RBI for Shelby McKenzie.
7 Noles to the plate in the first. Ashton Danley is the 6th to come to the plate here in the second. She pounced on the first pitch she saw an inning ago and lined it into right field.
Well, she hits just about every ball's line drive.
Yes.
We talk about a hitter who has the ability to not just go the other way, but go the other way with some juice. It's Ashton Danley. We saw her pull the ball in the first inning, but she has hit a lot of balls hard to left field this year.
And she's got a 1-1 count here. Make it 2-1 down in the dirt.
And Camper has that ability to change speeds, but it doesn't matter how good you are. It is hard to work from behind in a count to a lineup like this that the Noles have. And that already the 50th pitch of the day for Camper.
When you look up and down this Florida State lineup, every single one of them has a positive walk to strikeout ratio. Called strike, it runs full off the change.
We were talking a little bit earlier about how potent this Florida State lineup is. Sean, 69 strikeouts for the lineup on the season, 69 doubles before today.
Yeah.
And that's why right there, folks, Ashton Danley getting this pitch. That pitch is too close to take. And maybe it's not a pitch you can do much with, right? But when this Florida State lineup gets 2 strikes, it's almost like they become better hitters. They do a great job of fouling balls off, spoiling great pitches to get to the next pitch. Maybe this next one's a mistake.
Danley hammers it out to left, and Danley makes the youngster pay. A 2-run jack by Florida State's two-way stud.
And a mistake is what she got. And I said it earlier, Danley has the ability to drive the ball to all fields, and she has been especially good at driving the ball the opposite field this year. She shoots this ball straight over the Chick-fil-A sign. Just an outstanding 2-strike at bat by the Seminoles and Ashton Danley right there. Just outstanding. You see her get her pitch, stays through it. Just over the Barano sign. Outstanding at bat. Completely in awe by this Florida State lineup right now.
It's an FSU team that is batting 5 of 9 up and down the order. Ruggiero, that's a fair ball. Extra bases for Bella Ruggiero.
Ruggiero doing a pretty good job of jumping all over the first pitch, shooting it down the line. That ball hits the bag and jumps over the glove of the first baseman.
Alani Alameda is going to come out. And might we see a review? I'm not sure. It looks like they're going to call it foul. And Bella Ruggiero is going to come back to the batter's box.
And maybe that ball hit the runner's bag inside, which would make it a foul ball. But I'll tell you what, I do love, right after a home run, when you see her jump all over that, and it looks like it hits just inside the foul line. Hits the runner's bag. Great hustle by Ruggiero. But I'll tell you what, I love the intensity. I love the aggressiveness of that swing, because right after a home run, you know what the pitcher's going to try to do. She's going to try to bust it in, try to make sure she throws a strike, work ahead of the next batter. And Bella Ruggiero jumping all over that pitch, hitting the ball just foul, about an inch or two away from a double.
Oh, that is a devastating changeup there 49 on the gun.
That's a phenomenal pitch by Camper. She has done a great job of changing speeds today. Great job.
2-2 the count to Bella Ruggiero. Spoils that. Another 49-mile-an-hour changeup away.
Goes right back to it. A lot of faith in that pitch today. She's done a good job of keeping it down and then dropping it in from the top. I'll tell you what, like I said, I think these Seminole hitters just become better hitters with 2 strikes. And Ruggiero right there spoiled a phenomenal pitch by Camper.
To left field. And it won't even get all the way out there. The shortstop Cimino ranges over and applies the squeeze. But Florida State, all of a sudden, they lead by 5 at home. The Marching Chiefs play on from the party deck beyond left field here in Tallahassee, and it has been a party, especially offensively for Florida State, who leads by 5. That's a happy dugout. Home of Florida State here at the Seminole Softball Complex, where the Noles are 6-0 through the first couple of weeks of ACC play. The preseason champs under the watchful eye of Lonnie Alameda, and your number 18 here in Tallahassee, 7-time ACC Coach of the Year, a winner of a national championship in the 2 trips since. They've been to the World Series final. And one of those 7 ACC Coach of the Year honors came just a season ago, Florida State winning the regular season.
I mean, how about the shoes you had to fill from last season? And what an incredible job she's done at recruiting and building her lineup back up to be as competitive as it is right now.
And that lineup has provided Jazzy Francic with a 5-run cushion as she heads back out to the circle here in this top of the 3rd. North Florida is going to go 9-1-2. Kennedy McQuillan fouls that ball away. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the sophomore out of Orlando. Last year batted .267 on the A-Sun champion roster. This year batting even higher, north of 300.
Yeah, you're gonna have to dig deep to find some hitters on this UNF lineup batting south of 300. This is a team that has really put it together offensively. You can watch. I mean, you're facing Jazzy Francic, who's arguably one of the better pitchers in the country.
And what a pitch that was. A changeup at 49 miles per hour. So she sees one from Camper and answers with one in kind. Wow.
Jazzy Francic just pulls the string on this changeup. That is a devastating pitch. That ball looked like it was going to rise up into the zone the entire time and just falls off the table. Phenomenal pitch right there by Francic.
Second strikeout today, consecutive strikeouts for Francic. One to end the second, one to kick off the third as the order turns over to Hallie Langford. Langford was first pitch swinging to kick this game off. Hit a ground ball to the right side.
Tried to bunt.
And was put away at first, yeah.
First pitch with a pulled the bunt down the line, and Danley there to Haley Griggs there to field it, no problem, but Hallie Langford's having a heck of a season so far.
Langford, the graduate transfer out of Mercer, has been a great table setter at the top of the order for North Florida. One of the better batters in the A-Sun this season.
Yeah, 39 hits already. Does a great job, like you said, setting the table. She gets on, she gets over, and she scores some runs. 34 runs that she has scored already. There are teams that haven't scored 34 runs. So if she gets on base, she's pretty close to being in scoring position, even if she's at first.
Especially when you factor in the fact that she's 23 of 25 on the base paths.
Yeah, she's a speed demon for sure. So you see this Florida State defense playing a little tighter, a little closer to home on the corners especially.
2-2 the count. Fouled away. And you mentioned how North Florida has been rolling through most of the season offensively. You know, they're not where they want to be here as they start A-Sun play. Obviously, the record speaks for itself. 1-5, they were swept by Stetson, dropped 2 of 3 to their in-city foe, Jacksonville.
Right.
And really, it's been the offense that Jeff Conrad has talked about. They've just been in a bit of a funk. And he's hoping that, you know, as lineups at times tend to do,
right,
you work your way into one, you work your way out of one. You're hoping you work your way out of it sooner rather than later. They put a lot of work in, and they feel like those better days are soon approaching.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, it's the beginning of the conference part of the season, and this is a team that you fully expect to be rolling as good as they can be, you know, come in the coming weeks, right? This is a team that started their season off by beating Auburn pretty good, right? And building some confidence. And I mean, we talked about it, 25-5 to start the season off. Not where you want to be, you know, in the last, say, 6 games. But this is a team that is going to compete at a high level come playoff time.
Again, the favorites in the preseason to win the A-Sun, who will host the A-Sun tournament. Giving themselves quite a bit of work to do after these first couple of weeks of A-Sun play. After this, they'll head down to FGCU to take on the Eagles under first-year head coach Lindsey Fico. On the ground to third. Florida State gets the force at second, and they'll get the double play. That FSU infield continues to show out with their second double play turned in the first 3 innings.
Hey, pitcher's best friend. You look at this, Jason Beecham playing as good as anybody at third base in the country. Quick to get rid of it. The turn by Heller, and we got 2 quick outs to help Jazzy Francic get out of the little jam.
Hey, sports fans, the ESPN app has all of ESPN all in one place. Visit activate.espn.com to see if you have ESPN Unlimited as part of your TV package for no additional cost. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up or activate now.
Thank you, Greeny. We'll see if Florida State's bottom of the lineup can activate here in this home half of the third. There's one of our longtime co-workers, Kyle Parsons, with his family here at the ballpark, and that's one of the things I love the most. Baseball, softball here at Florida State, you just see the families, all the youngsters who are out here. It's a family affair all the way through, and it's just awesome.
This is an incredible venue to watch a softball game at. One of my favorite ones in the country. It's a fan-friendly place. It doesn't hurt that you got the Golden Chiefs out in left field making things more exciting today.
Sean Davison, Brandon Reichert, the entire crew on hand as Anna Hind fouls away a couple of pitches from Camper. Quickly behind the count, 0-2. Hind, who worked a walk on 5 pitches back in the first. That's 351 on the year. On the ground to second, and Hind is put away at first.
Well, you know, leadoff out. Good for Camper right there. Great job mixing it up, working ahead in the count. But how about the Florida State Seminoles refusing to strike out? It's incredible to watch them with 2 strikes. I'm rooting for them to get 2 strikes because they become better hitters. It's crazy to watch.
And McKenna Sturgis, as she steps in, pops that bunt foul, so she's behind the count 0-1. But the point I was about to make for Sturgis, she has routinely been one of the toughest batters to strike out in the ACC, and even though she's 0-1 today, that was a pop-up to the right side. She only has 1 strikeout on the season.
She's a tough out. She puts the ball in play. She hits the ball hard. She does damage when she's in there.
And that will drop over the infield. Sturgis is aboard.
I was just saying she hits balls hard. She hits them soft too. And I'll tell you what, because she is so good at hitting the ball hard, the defense has to play her a little deeper. This ball off the hands. Looks like might have been just in the sun right there. Perfect placement by McKenna Sturgis. Give her a hit.
An infield single for Sturgis. Hey, put it where they ain't, right?
Hey, you know what? My old coach used to tell me it's a line drive in the paper tomorrow, right?
Yes, it is. A hit is a hit. Marin Heller steps in. Heller with a single herself. Led off the second with it.
Yeah, an infield singles for Heller as well. Who's been showing a little pop in the bat.
First career home run on Sunday against California.
I'll tell you what, I was telling Tucker earlier in the control room, man, you know, once you get a little taste, of that first one, makes you want a little bit more.
Well, she is certainly plenty capable. Well ahead in the count also, 2-0. Make it 3-0, had to get out of the way.
I'll tell you what, how impressive is the bottom half of this Florida State lineup. All true freshmen. We got a walk, a couple singles, some damage done, and already working the count to 3-0, and their second at bat is Heller. And she'll take that walk. When you have the capability to hit like this lineup does, it makes it so hard for a pitcher to want to even throw you strikes, right? They're trying to throw pitches that you'll chase and swing and miss at, or chase and hit off the end of the bat, or chase and get, you know, jammed on. And Florida State, man, just
they're not chasing.
They're not chasing.
They're not chasing.
Which makes you have to throw the ball down the middle, right?
And then
guess
crush
what?
it.
Yeah. This is a team with 118 extra base hits coming into this game.
Haley Griggs ahead in the count. That ball is down 2-0.
Here we go again. But you know, Florida State, as good as they are with 2 strikes, man, they're doing a great job of working their way into hitters' counts as well.
When you take away the walks, 12 ABs so far for Florida State. They've recorded 6 hits, hitting .500 as a team to this point. Griggs popped up toward right, peeling into foul territory. Runners will hold.
It's a good defensive play right there by the second baseman to run to her left side, catch that ball in foul territory. First baseman was playing in, watching a bunt maybe, but great job by the second baseman to cover some ground right there.
Yeah, tip the cap to Kelsey Vogel, ranging over. 2 away, but the order turns over with 2 runners on in front of, oh yeah, Isa Torres.
Huh. Who's that?
You know, only one of the hottest hitters in America. Perhaps the hottest hitter in America.
2 for 2 today brings her average up to a measly .651. One of the highest on-base percentages in the country.
Called strike on the outside corner to Torres. Pitch count now approaching 75 for Camper.
And Don Maddox, pretty liberal with that outside pitch today to lefties, and honestly, and on righties as well. He's been very consistent for both sides, but he's got a wider zone today.
Doesn't like that one. 2-1 the count. And you can hear the hush when Isa Torres steps into the plate. That's got to be such an honor as a hitter.
Every eye in the park is looking at this young lady right here, man. You're watching greatness live and in person. It's got to be like, you know, watching Albert Pujols or, you know, watching Maddox throw back in the 90s and 2000s. Watching Ohtani hit right now. Can you imagine?
Ahead in the count, 3-1.
Uh-oh.
And that's going to be a problem for North Florida. It'll scoot all the way to the wall. The Noles are going to tack on 2 more, courtesy of Isa Torres. A home run, a single, and a 2-run double.
Isa Torres, just stay hot. I mean, this is like a volcanic explosion hot, guys. This is unbelievable. Everything is off the barrel. The homer, look at this double. I bet that ball was 80 miles an hour off the bat. Scoots to the wall, no problem. Taking advantage of getting ahead in the count was Isa Torres. You know, bunt single, what can't she do?
It's a very short list. Whatever is on it, I guarantee you it's a short list, as Camper's start has come to a close. Kate Peters, it looks like, will be coming in to relieve her. 7-0 Noles, and still more work for the Ospreys to do in the bottom of the 3rd. Kate Peters, the senior out of Tennessee who transferred in to this North Florida program from Troy, is set to relieve Caden Camper, her sophomore counterpart. Peters with a pretty solid ERA to this point this season, was somebody that the Ospreys thought they might start today, coming in 2.15, 52 combined innings of work, 39 strikeouts, record of 6-2.
Yeah, Peters is definitely one of their more experienced pitchers on this young staff. She's definitely one of their higher velocity pitchers. She's working on some off speed, And one thing that
Now batting number 42,
Coach
Jason
Conrad said about her,
Beecher.
she likes to work east to west. She's an inside-outside, going to mix you up, jam you, make you look away type pitcher. So couple that with the velocity, and she could do some damage.
And so too can Jason Beecham. Torres will get the wave, and she will score. Florida State is now 4 of 6 with 2 outs.
I'll tell you, that is my favorite thing to do. Jason Beecham, anytime a new pitcher comes in who had 4 walks on the day, what is their coach telling them to do? Throw strikes. And what does Jason Beecham do? Jumps
strikes.
all over the first pitch. Absolutely ambushes the new pitcher. I'd love to see that.
8-0 Florida State. 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third.
This is the 3rd inning in a row, bringing a seventh hitter to the plate.
It's just been relentless. I think that's the only word that you can apply to it.
I concur. It's a great word to describe this Florida State lineup right now. Top to bottom, it has just been relentless.
On the ground, back to the circle. This should end the inning, but goodness gracious, 3 more runs score for Florida State, who is red hot at the plate and up by 8 through 3 at home.
ESPN is now the home of MLB.tv. All out-of-market games live or on demand all in one place.
Can't wait to see some of the content through MLB TV and ESPN. And can't wait to see what McKenna Reed, the senior out of Portland, Oregon, has in store. After Jazzy Francic's start, goes 3 innings. The senior out of Oregon, as I mentioned, with a 3-1 record, makes appearance number 19 in the circle, ERA at 3.21 through 24 combined. She will live toward the top of the zone, though she can move the ball around a bit, and she will come in hot.
She's got some velocity to do it. She can go up in the top of the zone and get it by some barrels, which makes her, dangerous, if nothing else.
Has worked really hard over the last few seasons, albeit while dealing with some injury issues, to work in some secondary stuff and to get better command of her off speed. And that's exactly what she starts off Bella Cimino with.
Bella Cimino, a hot hitting bat in this UNF lineup, one of the hotter hitting Ospreys. 35 RBI, 7 home runs already. She's somebody that if you're working on your off-speed pitch, it's probably the right batter to try to do it with.
Yeah, North Florida's going to go 3-4-5 with Cimino, Allen, and Davila. Two and one, the count to Cimino. And it looks like Florida State also has Maddie Fry now in the backstop for the Noles.
Semino, an all-round type hitter, man. Just does it all at the plate. You see her today facing this new pitcher. She has a look about her that just looks like she is extremely confident in the box.
Well, she's had a heck of a career. Comes in highly touted out of Florida Atlantic, who's another one of those programs. Yes, in the Sunshine State, the Owls have done tremendous things in the American. And she has been a fixture. Her head coach, Jeff Conrad, called her good as advertised, and she has made her way aboard twice in her two plate appearances.
Say an infield single and a walk already today, but in her last 5 games, I'm sorry, in her last 4 games, 5 hits, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. So I'll tell you what, if I'm McKenna Reed, I'm glad she's not up with runners on base.
Aiden Allen will step in with Semino aboard. And that is playable in foul territory. Griggs underneath it, 1 away.
Great job right there by McKenna Reed. Give up the walk, okay, but immediately come back with a strike and get a soft contact pop-up in foul territory. That's just a momentum killer for the Ospreys right there. You get a leadoff walk from one of your better hitters, and you come out. I get it. You're swinging. You're trying to drive the ball, but man, you can't do infield pop-ups when you get that leadoff walk. You got to be more competitive with your at bats.
Ball 1 to Hannah Davila, who's another one of those transfers. Aiden Allen hasn't really given us enough time to introduce her. Has only seen 3 pitches, grounded into a double play and popped out into foul territory. She's a transfer from Arizona State. Davila, a former Georgia Bulldog, pops up to Heller.
I mean, 2 infield pop-ups right after your leadoff walk. That, again, momentum killer.
And Lonnie Alameda is going to come out to the circle. Addie Keefe. You referenced it earlier, Brandon, when you look up and down the order in terms of hitting for average. Keefe does have the best batting average amongst the Ospreys coming into today, north of 400. Popped out to Jason E. Beecham, though, a couple of innings ago.
Yeah, an attempt at a bunt with a leadoff double in the 2nd inning by Davila, but again, not taking advantage of a scenario where you can try to get some runs back right here against the Seminoles, who have been, like we said earlier, relentless. You have to scratch them one at a time. You can't go up there and hit the 3-run homer with 1 run on. You know what I mean? You got to go try to scratch them out. They've tried it, but they're not doing a good job. They're getting that leadoff runner on, but they're not doing a good job of getting them over and getting them in, which is something they've been incredible at so far this year.
1-1 the count here to Keefe. The throw down to first doesn't get Semino. Fry keeping Bella honest at the bag. On the ground to Beecham. And Beecham puts away Keefe without issue at first. And so McKenna Reed comes in relief, works around the leadoff walk, and the Noles lead is intact, up 8 at home. Well, surprise, surprise, the high-flying Noles are at it again.
Yeah, Issa Torres with an absolute tank to start the game off. And then we get to the second inning, and Ashton Danley adds to her total. An Oppo taco to make it 5-0 in the second. And then Issa Torres again in the third, coming up for the third time, striking for the third time, a 2-run double. Noles are up 8-0.
That's how quickly the Noles can strike. They've sent 7 to the plate in each of the first 3 innings. Danley will lead it off. She's 2 for 2 with a home run, a single, 2 driven in. Torres is 3 for 3. Francic, a quality start, 2 hits, but nothing earned against her, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Davila had the lone extra base hit. Camper went 2 2/3 in her start. And Florida State has just been excellent at the plate. 8 of 16 as a team, batting .500. 4 of 8 with runners aboard. 3 of 5 with them in scoring position. 4 of 7 with 2 outs on the board.
They've also drawn 4 walks, which is, just add that to the team on base percentage.
And Danley puts a charge into that ball out at the track. But Ashton Danley is seeing beach balls at the plate right now.
Ashton Danley has ripped 3 balls about as hard as you can hit softballs. She has hit one, her single to right, her homer to left, and she was maybe 3 feet away from another homer right there. An absolute rocket off the bat for a line out to center field.
Ruggiero goes the other way into left, but foul.
Seminoles jumping on the pitches early from Peters. That ball just off of Ruggiero's bat. You could see that spin just tailing away down that third base line. Started fair, ended up about 10 feet foul.
0 for 1 with a walk. Bella Ruggiero, after the foul ball, takes down in the dirt. But that is called, and the crowd doesn't like it.
It's a really good pitch right there by Peters. Honestly, right on the outside corner. The ball was looked like it was going to be a drop ball. Just stayed in the zone the entire time.
Down 0-2. Ruggiero has to protect. Fouled away at 69 on the gun.
Yeah, Peters definitely going to be a higher velocity pitcher on this Osprey staff. That ball pops away from the catcher.
Bella Ruggiero's batting average at the end of February was .259. It is up north of 100 points. We're not even through March yet.
But she's having a heck of a month, huh?
She certainly has. And I mean, look, when Issa Torres does what Issa Torres is doing, you know, you lose sight sometimes of what other batters up and down the order have done. And I would submit to you, Brandon, yes, Issa Torres is brilliant. People need to know it. People need to appreciate it and respect it because it's special and you don't see it often, if basically ever, right? But what's made Florida State so potent top to bottom are the contributions they're getting out of the likes of Bella Ruggiero.
Well, it's just like we said earlier, man, you have protection behind you in almost every spot in this lineup, right? So pitchers have to throw you strikes or else they're going to put you on and the next person's going to hit a double or triple, a home, whatever it might be. But just an incredible job by this lineup, top to bottom. But Bella Ruggiero starting to really come alive, has absolutely made this lineup impeccable.
Meanwhile, it looks like Angeli Bueno is going to check in to pinch hit for Anna Hind. Bueno, who has rotated through first base with Haley Griggs this season, sees her first AB in a couple of games. Junior out of Oviedo, Florida, squares off with Peters and takes ball 1. And, you know, I think the flip side of what we were talking about, Florida State's lethality at the plate, you look at somebody like Kate Peters, who comes in, granted the Noles well out in front, right? It's not a super high leverage situation for her, but she's gone an inning in relief. She's given up 1 hit and she's been really efficient to this point so far. So if you're North Florida looking for a positive, this would be one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to turn this game around at all, you have to stop the bleeding. And so far, Peters has been that Band-Aid for for the pitching staff at least, and for the defense. But you know, it's going to be up to the offense to try to chip away in these last few innings to try to get some of these runs back.
Yeah, North Florida will be down to their last 3 outs as we head to the top of the 5th. 8-run rule is in effect. And so Florida State, what they're trying to do here is continue to pass the bat as they have with regularity over the first 3 innings. See if they can't give themselves a little cushion. Not that they necessarily will need it, but you never know.
Never know.
2-2. Fouled away.
Good job by Bueno, spoiling that pitch. That's a tough one. Like you said, Peters has been really, really good, but Bueno good with 2 strikes, and we've seen her have some really successful at-bats in these scenarios.
13 hits on the year, batting just south of 300. Pops up to the right side, put away by Aiden Allen over at first. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 4th. UNF needs a rally when we come back. Well, back here in Tallahassee, the entertainment continues, yes, even in between innings. Brandon, I'd like to see you break this down. We almost saw some things get broken out there. Limbs, perhaps, a tooth might have been chipped. Whoa.
Yeah, the old trip and fall right there, man. I'll tell you what, it's hard to look good and be competitive in a 3-legged race. But those two gentlemen right there did a good job of it. And then, you know, the backside of that looked a little bit closer to what me and you might pull if we were in that race.
Oh, I might pull something, maybe a hamstring.
Right?
that's what I would pull. Here's Kelsey Vogel. Bottom of the order due here for North Florida.
And that's
going to be gloved by Torres. That's what that's going to be. Issa Torres, for all she can do offensively, boy, she can show off the wheels and the leather on D, can't she?
I'll tell you what, I thought that was a sure hit. Issa Torres gets a great first step and makes that look easy. That's just an awesome play by the shortstop, Torres. She's been on fire. I'll tell you what, I love watching her play because she always has a smile on her face. And if you can't have fun like that playing this game, you probably don't belong playing it. And Issa Torres belongs on this field anytime.
Jordan Meyer will pinch hit here, but we'll take a moment to take a look at North Florida's upcoming schedule. At FGCU, at Queens, against Stetson, versus Queens at UCF in a non-conference matchup in the midweek. Boy, Cindy Malone has UCF looking pretty darn good over in the Big 12. Frequently an NCAA tournament contender. They've hosted a regional over the last few years, and they're looking competitive as ever again. Interesting in the A-Sun, right? Jeff Conrad told us, you know, the interesting thing about that league is that you play everybody 6 times.
Right, which is tough. You know, you get to the tournament, you're probably playing them a 7th time, you know, maybe an 8th, depending on who you're playing. So it gives teams an opportunity to kind of get a scouting report, get a feel for how they need to play you. So the more times you play a team, the tougher it gets.
1-2 to Jordan Meyer. And that is a called strike 3. A beautiful spot by McKenna Reed, 2 away.
This pitch just stays on that outside corner, comes back in and freezes the hitter, Jordan Myers. Great job right there by McKenna Reed. And I think you're going to see a new pitcher come in for the last out here. So
McKenna Reed, 1 2/3 in relief for her, and she'll give way to Bella Dmitrievich to try to slam the door shut here in the 5th.
Stepping into the circle, a freshman from Mokina, Illinois, number
this is one of those
Bella
tools that Lonnie Alameda has in her tool shed, is the ability to change pitchers on a dime and the ability to have that pitcher be as competitive as a Bella Dmitrievich.
A legit staff here in Tallahassee. The freshman out of Mokina, Illinois, checks in with a 4.36 ERA, 6-1 her record through 17 appearances, 45 innings of work, 50 strikeouts, really good strikeout numbers, and when she's on, she is electric. We saw it for 3 innings against Alabama right here.
Yeah, she is really, really good. She's been put in some high leverage situations too, which, you know, as a freshman is always a little bit scary, but coaching not afraid to put these youngsters in scenarios that she feels like they're going to be in towards the end of the season, right? You're going to have to rely on a freshman, Dmitrievich, in a regional or super regional, hopefully for the Seminoles, a College World Series opportunity. But she's been really, really good so far this year for the Noles, and I'll tell you what, it looks like even better things to come for Bella Dmitrievich.
1 out to get for the freshman. Kennedy McQuillan will face her, and that'll be ball 1 to her off speed. And boy, Bella Dmitrievich, she'll work in big time in the postseason, but she'll also certainly be a big factor over the next coming games for Florida State, including a revenge match of the ACC Championship at Clemson. That's what's up next for the Noles. But then after Clemson, Florida State, you know, they continue that ACC run. They get Notre Dame at home. They'll have Carolina at home. Carolina, who, like the Noles, has been one of the best hitting teams in the ACC. Oh. That'll
tell you
get
what,
to the backstop.
It's not an easy conference to do, you know, to go in and just win out. This has become a true softball conference, ACC, and it has been tough. And the Seminoles have a tough road, but scheduling some tough opponents early in the season kind of gets you geared up and ready for those scenarios, right?
Certainly, that has been the objective year in, year out for Florida State. You know, you go back a handful of years and it was more a necessity than it was a let's get geared up. It was a we need the RPI. Right. Now you don't need the RPI because your league is good enough.
Right. Well, now the ACC is so good and so talented that you have a built-in RPI scenario, but coaching not afraid to schedule some tough ones anyway.
And look at how well her team is playing in conference play as a result. Full count to McQuillan. And she'll stay alive.
Good job by the 9-hole hitter, McQuillan, to spoil that 3-2 pitch by Dmitrievich.
There's been no let-up by the Noles today. The pitching staff has only allowed 2 combined hits. They've stranded 3 Osprey runners. They've plated 8 runs. And a K to finish it off. Bella Dmitrievich sees 1 batter and retires her on strikes. The Noles have now won each of their last 18 games in a row.
I'll tell you what, this offense is something spectacular to watch, and just a full package. The defense today turning 2 double plays, the pitching staff coming in and doing their job, and right there, Issa Torres just anchoring this lineup with maybe one of the best college softball seasons we've seen to date.
I mentioned that 18-game win streak, 4th longest in Division I, behind only the likes of Texas, UCLA, and Oklahoma.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
and then Florida State.
Florida State.
So what a statement the Noles continue to make for North Florida, Brandon. This is a team that their head coach, Jeff Conrad, he told us quite frankly, he said, we know who we are, we know who we have, and we still expect to be the last A-Sun team standing with a trophy on our home field at the end of the A-Sun tournament. We expect to make the repeat trip. They did some good things today, and we're going to hear from the Ospreys throughout the rest of the season.
I guarantee it, and I'll tell you what, the Seminoles are primed up to maybe host a regional down the road, and guess who might be in that regional? These North Florida Ospreys. There's no shame in the way they played the game today, and I promise you they're going to have a bright future as far as this season's concerned.
Well, we look forward to seeing what the future has in store for both of these squads. And Florida State, they're going to get to celebrate with the Marching Chiefs. How cool is this? Let's listen in. Strength of 18 wins and a whole lot of spirit, the Seminoles set their sights for Clemson, South Carolina. What a series that will be. For my partner, Brandon Reichert, our producer, Tucker Pierce, our director, Abby Longhofer, that does it for all of us and our entire crew here at the Seminole Softball Complex, where Florida State dispatches the North Florida Ospreys in a meeting of preseason conference champs, 8-0. Sean Davison saying so long for the crew, where the Noles extend their win streak to 18.